What's up, guys? Welcome back to Viewer Castles. Today we're going to start off with LupusStultus. Castle level is a 24, validated on this archer here, so let's jump into it. Take a look at what he's got. Alright. So level 24 castles are pretty good for spike traps. They're still good for fire mine traps as well. I'm going to explore down this way first just to see if there's anything down here. Probably just mines, but we'll see. Nothing in this corner. And nothing in this corner. Alright, and then looks like there's another room over here. Probably no mines again, but we'll see. I can actually check through the wall if it's the same one. I can just kind of move my mouse around back there and I'm pretty sure there's no mines. I mean, I'll double check to make sure, but usually you can see the health bar on the mine if you move your mouse through the wall like that. Alright, so we have some springboards, and it doesn't look like this is a fire mine trap, so I don't have to be super careful about any of that. I'm actually just going to skip this for right now and try to get into a better room that I can fight these guys in. So as you can see, they're going to have some trouble actually getting through here. I can probably single off this Jimbo. So I can kind of use these springboard traps to keep the Jimbos away from me. That's the goal. It's a pretty good room, though. Looks like people could get hit by those a decent amount of the time. Springboards everywhere. Alright, and then we're into the boss room already. So it just looks like it's going to be a lot of just creatures in general in the boss room. So I will get into this area where there's no traps, and it doesn't look like there's any Defendatrons, so it's very weak to a volley. Obviously, if I was level 24, I wouldn't kill all of that, but I would at least take it down to half-life, and then I would just have to wait for my volley cooldown to come back up, and end up killing all of it with the next volley. I would definitely say if you're going to use a boss room that has a ton of creatures in it like this, you definitely want to have Defendatrons on AoE to stop people from using those big AoE spells to take them all out. Alright, then we'll kill off all the mines. And there we go. Alright. So we'll jump into number 2 in just a second. Alright, next up we have XD80AX900CZ. Castle level is 24, validated on a knight. So let's jump into this one. Same level of castle. We'll see what he's got inside of here. I definitely think like the all in the boss room technique is more of an old school style that doesn't really work as well anymore. You know, it was popular for the first couple weeks, even up to like maybe a month, and then everybody stopped doing it because it's just not that good. You know, with the hard caps and the soft caps, half of those creatures won't even be attacking until I kill off a bunch of it. Alright, so we have some spike traps here. I don't have to worry too much about taking damage just because I'm over leveled. But so far this looks pretty standard. It looks good. I like the Pete Poundmore and the Defendatron guarding him and all of that. That's good. Good amount of sustained damage coming out of there. 3 ballista traps. You just have to be aware that sometimes Pete Poundmore will get skittish around ballista traps when they're firing on the hero, and he won't get close enough to actually attack them. Because he's scared of the like circle that goes on the ground where the ballista trap's landing. So you have to be scared. You have to be a little worried about putting too many ballistas in with Pete Poundmore. I'm gonna use a healing potion here because I don't know what's coming. Alright, so it looks like there's nothing too crazy here. It's not fire mines or anything like that. I just want to get off of these spike traps. It's actually possibly going to kill me, to be honest. Yeah, I ended up dying. So at first I didn't think this was going to be that big of a deal, but this is actually a lot of damage. Another main reason is because I healed beforehand and I didn't wait for my cooldown to come up. If I had done that, I would have been able to use a potion inside of this room. But I am 4 levels over, so I mean, this would probably kill a lot of level 24s. It's actually pretty surprising that there's this much damage coming out of this room. It looks like I must have landed in this silence, and I probably got hit by both ballistas and the Stairmaster, and then I kind of rolled over here, hit a couple spikes, and was super low life, so that looks like what happened. So pretty cool room. Alright. this one's similar, except it's a little bit less damage. I would actually like more creatures in this room because you have so much committed to traps inside of here. And then that leads into the boss room, which you also have spiked up. And I could probably pull this over this wall. Or over the spikes, I guess, rather. Make them think about coming over here. This is the problem with spikes in the boss room, and if you leave melee creatures back there, they won't ever come up to actually fight me, and I can just pick them off because they're too scared to come over the spike traps. Heat polymers will come over if they're full life, but if they take any damage whatsoever, it seems like they won't actually cross the spike traps. So, I mean, I would like, you know, Zeke's or Count Nottingham or something like that if you're going to use a boss room like this with a bunch of spike traps. Something with a little bit of range so that they can shoot over the spike traps instead of just get stuck on them. So we will jump into number 3 in just a second. And lastly we have Kazao, cast levels of 28. I've done this castle quite a few times, validated on this archer here. So let's jump into it. See what he has this time around.
Let's get him, Mr. Pointy.
Alright, so some spike traps. I'm not sure if those are... Okay, these aren't springboards. I'm kind of actually surprised that they're not springboards because this is pretty easy to get across right here. And we've got a smelly archer right there that I can headshot. See if that pulls anything. It looks like it's not going to. Alright, so I'll take my time across these spike traps, just because it is the same level as me. And as I say that, I just kind of, you know, go across really quickly, but it's no big deal. I don't mind taking a little extra damage. Alright. Headshot that. I'm actually not sure that I want to go into this room, but I guess I just will. Alright, so we have some Stairmasters. Really good units at level 28. That's a pretty interesting room. Oh my god, that does a ton of damage. I have to see what actually goes on in here. Why that deals so much damage. I guess both Cyclopses hit you. The Scorpio, I'm guessing, bites you, because that's their highest damage. And then all of the Ballistas hit you. That almost killed me. Granted, I have pretty low life. I only have 2600, so that's pretty low for level 28, but it'll still, like, if you get thrown by that, you're going to get forced into using a potion, which is pretty good. I mean, it's not a huge investment, so... Alright, what do we have here? Again, another springboard trap room, but nothing that, nothing that looks like it's going to straight up kill me when I go through this. But I was going to say that about the last one. I'm going to use a potion here. Alright, so it's going to be a Pete Poundmore. And I got silenced and that killed me. I was trying to use my Spiral Shot ability, so this is why I love silence, because a lot of the times I don't realize that I'm silenced and it ends up killing me because I feel like I'm going to use my roll or use my escape ability, and so I'm not trying to move away from him. Also, like, Pete Poundmore's so big that if you don't have an escape ability, it's hard to get around him. I was planning on using my Spiral Shot like I did right there, and that's what I was planning on doing to him, but I was silenced. Alright. So another spike tunnel here. I ended up taking a tick of spike damage instead of a tick of ballista damage. Both do about the same damage. I think ballistas are slightly higher. Alright, use my last potion because I did make it to the boss room. I noticed that it kind of opened up into no traps back here, so I'm just going to kite this stuff. And I will end up making it through this castle, I'm pretty sure, unless something crazy happens. Scorpios, when you're kiting them, are actually pretty easy to kill. I did run out of room right here, but I am going to be able to clean it all up. So that's the castle. Pretty good on sustained damage, used up all of my potions. That one room was crazy. I did not expect Cyclopses and one Scorpio to do that kind of damage. That's pretty high. It's like a good amount of burst damage. Almost killed me. But I don't think you'll run into a lot of people that have lower hit points than me, so unless I blocked a lot of that damage from a roll or something, you probably won't get many straight up kills from it, but it probably should force out a lot of potions, so pretty good. That was number 3, so we're going to end the video here. As always, if you guys enjoyed what I do, please subscribe. If you want to be a part of Eurocastles, you can email me at frenzycastleruns@hotmail.com. You have to be level 20 or above, and you also have to add me to your friends list so I can actually attack your castle through the targeted attack system. Other than that, I think there's not much else to say. I still have a ton, like literally a ton of Eurocastles to do. Any new requests are probably going to take weeks to a month to be able to get through it. Like, I just can't actually record as many as I used to be able to record. So, I mean, you can throw your request in there and I'll get to it when I can, but it's very difficult for me to keep up with everything. So that's pretty much it. Thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you next time.